After that Thursday of the 4 drops, life decided to give me a break or a timeout, depending on how you look at it. Matteo had to leave for Syracuse for an entire month. His uncle, who owns a garage, broke his hip falling off the roof. Eli flew to Albany. A small publishing house had finally agreed to bring out his short story collection. Both of them left almost the same Monday. And I was left alone with the blue house, Kafia, and a knot in my chest that refused to come undone. From my very first day at the office, I'd become friends with Lara Esposito, graphic designer, 28, dark hair with blonde streaks and the fastest tongue in the county. The same Monday the boys left, Lara sent me a 30-second voice note.
Hey Solis, if you're planning to play tragic heroine all alone in that huge house, let me know and I'll bring some of the asado my family makes every weekend. We'll eat it with Fernet and Coke. I'm not taking no for an answer.
Weekends turned into a ritual. Lara would show up Saturday around noon with asado, bottles of Fernet and soda, and we'd spend the day painting, sanding and cleaning like the house belonged to both of us. One of those afternoons, while I was up on a ladder painting the porch railing and nearly falling off naturally, a familiar voice called out from the sidewalk.
Careful, dear. That ladder looks older than I am.
It was Mrs. Miller, cloth bag in hand and a huge smile on her face. I climbed down, paintbrush dripping white, and she hugged me like we'd known each other forever, even though I'd only been in town a couple of months.
The house looks beautiful,
she said, glancing around.
Margaret would be jumping for joy.
Oh right, the previous owner, I remember someone mentioning her.
Yes, she loved working in the garden and fixing things up with Mr. Robert and the kids. They were such a lovely family. It really warms my heart to see how much love you're putting into this place.
So you knew the Carter family well?
Margaret was my cousin, but we were like sisters. It hurt so much when she passed.
For a moment that last sentence seemed to weigh on her. She suddenly looked 10 years older. Oh wow, that explains why you know so much about them.
I don't think I ever told you, did I? Must have slipped my mind. I would have loved to keep the house myself, but Mr. Robert had already sold it to his nephew. He never cared much for it, not like my cousin and her husband did. He's not from around here. He lives in the city and always saw the house as just another piece of property he'd flip or tear down someday to build something bigger.
Mrs. Miller sighed.
I heard he was planning to demolish it and put up a small apartment building. I've never liked those things. They don't seem to have life.
For a second, I felt a pang of worry. I had a 1-year lease. Would they force me out once it was up? Lara, who'd been listening the whole time, chimed in.
It'd be a real shame to lose this house, ma'am. But that's how things go, I guess, progress and all. Nothing lasts forever.
Mrs. Miller gave another long sigh and nodded.
Maybe you're right, dear, and it's just my nostalgia talking. Anyway, Camilla, I brought you something. A little welcome gift, even if it's a bit late.
The old lady reached into her cloth bag with her free hand and pulled out a handmade doily embroidered along the edge with Home Sweet Home.
My cousin and I made this years ago. When Robert sold the house, he forgot to take it with him, so I kept it. Now that the house is finally lived in again, I'd like it to go back where it belongs.
Felt so tender. I thanked Mrs. Miller, and while I carried the doily inside, I could hear her chatting with Lara and Kafia, playfully chasing a squirrel around the backyard. The moment I stepped through the door holding that little piece of cloth, a wave of clarity and peace washed over me, not from inside myself but from the house, as if the house itself had become just a little more whole, even if not completely. The following days were all dust and scattered thoughts. Up in the attic I found a shoebox, Polaroid pictures, letters, recipes, a blonde lock of hair tied with a pink ribbon. I sat on the floor and spent hours looking at the Carter family. I called Mrs. Miller to tell her about the discovery, and she gave me Robert Carter's contact information at Sunny Hills Nursing Home. I called. A nurse put me through to him. When I told him I was living in his old house and had found their things, there was a long silence on the line.
Please keep them safe for me,
he said, voice trembling but happy.
I'll come get them or send someone.
Another pause, then with a steadier tone.
Thank you for loving it again.
I hung up crying, not entirely sure why. Nights were for phone calls, Matteo from Syracuse with the clatter of the garage in the background.
When I get back, we need to talk in person, okay?
Of course, my voice small. Eli from a hotel in Albany, practically vibrating with excitement.
When I'm back, there are things I can only say looking into your eyes.
Yes. barely above a whisper. In the meantime, Lara and I kept fixing up the house. One Sunday afternoon, after painting the porch white and placing pots of purple pansies by the entrance, because it's peak cottagecore, according to Lara, we sat on the steps sipping Fernet and Coke, like she insisted on calling it. I pulled out the 1987 photo, Emily Carter on the day she left for college, sitting on that exact same step, same freshly painted white railing, same purple pansy pots, and a white Samiad at her feet who at first glance looked uncannily like Kafia. Lara let out a low whistle.
Look at that, the house is identical. It's like it's been waiting for someone to love it exactly like this again.
I didn't say anything, I just traced the photo with my fingertip. That night I left every light in the house on and spread the pictures across the living room table. Kafia lay down beside the cold fireplace and sighed like a contented grandfather. And the house smelled like cinnamon bread and real home. For the first time in weeks I didn't feel guilty. I felt as if someone from somewhere had been waiting for me to arrive, so I could repaint the porch white and put purple pansies by the door once more.